What is going on, guys? It's CBrev, aka Dissonance by Design, and I am super excited to be bringing you guys this free offensive ebook for Madden 16. I am super stoked. If you can't tell from the video title, we are in the Indianapolis Colts Playbook. A couple things I want to say before I get started. This is going to be a super long video. I break down 74 plays in this ebook. So brace yourself, but it's definitely going to be worth it. Additionally, I will be having a free defensive ebook dropping within the next couple days. It's currently August 26th, and my due date for the free defensive ebook is August 28th. So look out for that. Also, if this video is too long for you and you don't really feel like watching it all, there is another alternative. I will put my donate button in the description of this video. Anyone who donates at least $3 and leaves their email in the donation, I will send you a Microsoft Word document that has all the plays with all the adjustments and all of the reads. So, if you want to save yourself the time, it won't be as helpful to just read the stuff, but I mean, it's entirely your call. And it did take me a little while to make that Microsoft Word document, which is why I'm requiring a donation. But if you want the free ebook for free, then you're going to have to watch the whole video. Alright, with the semantics out of the way, let's get right into it. We're going to start with shotgun and work backwards, because the shotgun plays are probably run more than the singleback and I-form stuff. So let's just get into that. Two reasons why I like the Colts Playbook: they have gun split close. They also have gun bunch tight end, which is exclusive to the Colts Playbook. It has some cool stuff in there. And then it has your standard bunch weak, Snugs flip, good stuff. So we're going to start with gun split close. The first play is double ends. It's a triangle play there. That's what it looks like. Your reads are going to be X. He's going to make a super fast cut on that in route. He's going to be open against man and zone. The only problem with that route is generally it's going to be usered, which is fine because your second read is the post. So if they're playing zone and they come up to user the X route, then you can just hit the post behind them. That post will also be open against man coverage as well as the X route. And then your third read is R1 and circle. If you have enough time for circle to break back inside, good for you. That was pretty much cover one, I think, and we just made a bad read. But X and square were open. There is zone, so we just hit the X route. I mean, this route's pretty crazy. This is engage 8, that's nice, and we get a terrible throw. Anyways, again, we're just looking for X and we're looking for square. Not that hard. Obviously, I'm playing on PlayStation, so in Xbox terms, we'd be looking for A or X. But I'm sure you guys could infer that. There they dropped back, or they came up on the zone, so we tried to hit the post. This is just a play you want to dice in, get that easy 10 yards. Next play is going to be HB wheel. Again, very easy to run. All we're going to do is put the running back on a streak, and that's it. So your reads are, again, the post route with square over the middle. I like to read the left side of the field sometimes, because if that post route will pull the zones back, and then you can just hit the running back for like an easy 5 yards. Also, we have kind of a smash concept on the right side, and against man, that X corner route's going to be open every time. So let's just run it a few times here. Here's man. So we just pass lead that outside. That is wide open. Here's man with no safety, so we just try to hit the post, and I don't know why he's missing so many throws. All Madden in practice mode is kind of obnoxious this year. That time we had this running back streak, so we just hit it for a quick 7 yards. Your last read is going to be that circle route to the inside. They actually rubbed each other there. I don't know why that happened. So if I have enough time, There, I was trying to show you the circle route, but he missed a throw again. So that's your last read. If they pull all the zones back, um, then you can just check down to that. So pretty solid play there. Again, I like to just read the left side of the field and hit that running back route if I can. I don't know why they're rubbing like that. It's kind of annoying. But like I said, I have 74 plays in this, so I'm not going to get awesome examples of each one. You're just going to have to trust me on this stuff. Also, I'm going to have to go through the plays super quick, because anything longer than 2 hours, nobody's going to watch this. So I'm trying to grind straight through. Next play is PA F slide, and we're actually going to flip the play because we have a right-handed quarterback. We don't want to throw across our body. And essentially, we're just going to run this like PA end around like last year. So we're just going to put circle on a streak, cancel the play action, and then just head outside. And we can hit square or R1 or take off with the quarterback. Or if they pull the safety up, we can hit that over the top with circle. Here we just hit R1, that was goal line defense. So again, we're just running this like PA end around last year. Again, you're just canceling the play action, rolling right, and making your reads. This is a nice way to kind of change up your offense, because a lot of the plays out of gun split close are going to be like quick reads, making throws as a pocket passer, so this is a nice little change up from that. I tried to hit X, he was actually open, but all my receivers got stuck on the line. It's kind of weird. Again, we just hit R1, easy yards, and we fumble. So I'm sure you guys get the point with that play. So we're going to move on to the next one. I do like that play a lot, just because I didn't spend much time on it. Don't think it's bad, because I love that play. If I could get to the right formation. The next play is going to be slot curl. The triangle play there. This one I don't run a whole lot, because it's not as effective as PA Panther Post, which has a similar concept. But what we're going to do is put triangle or the running back on a streak, and essentially we're just looking for that quick out route to square, and if it's covered, we're just going to check down to the running back or one of the spot routes, or throw the ball away, which happens sometimes. But basically, either that square route's going to be open, or it's going to clear out the zones for your running back streak. And also against man, that square route's going to be open every time, and you might actually bust it for touchdowns a lot. You can see how quick he breaks out. Granted, that's T.Y. Hilton, but it happens like that with every wide receiver. Here we clear out the zone, so we just hit the running back quick. Like I said, you're just reading the left side of the field, making a quick read. Either square if it's open, like that was man coverage, he just torches him. Square if it's open, or you're checking down to the running back streak. Alright, next play is Z-Spot. This is one of those plays that you can run probably 10 times a game. I freaking love this play this year. It's a triangle play there. The reason this play is so good is because that corner route is so sharp, and you also get the deep flat route with the tight end coming out, so it creates almost like a perfect smash concept on the right side. So again, we are throwing the corner route against man. We are throwing the flat route if the zones drop back, and if the zones come up, we are hitting the corner route behind the coverage. Normally doesn't get bumped that hard. Remember, this is all Madden, but like I said, the nice part about this corner route is even if they run like cover 2 or something, you can see how much he just torches Cam Chancellor in man coverage there. Even if they run cover 2 or something, you're going to be able to fit that corner route behind the zones just based on how the play works. I'm not sure why he's overthrowing that every single time. This is Andrew Luck. Again, we're just torching man coverage. They should never run man coverage against this play because it won't turn out well for them. Here's an example where they played cover 3, it looked like, or some Okie roll scheme, and we can just hit the corner route behind it. Here they drop back, so we just hit the flat route, and you can see how quick that flat route is. So again, if they drop back, hit the corner route, or hit the flat route. If they come up, hit the corner route. Easy stuff there. And then the nice part about this play is I love flipping this like this all the time. because it essentially creates a new play, but it's run the exact same way. Um, so yeah, that's a nice way to keep your opponent off balance there if you just flip that play real quick, or just come out and it flipped, and then just make your reads. Good stuff there. Alright, 2 more plays at a gun split close. This one is going to be very easy to describe. It is wide receiver corner, which is the square play there. This play is run exactly the same this year as it was last year. Basically, you're looking for X up the seam and then circle through zones if you're facing zone, and against man you're looking for circle and that post route with square. So here we get man. We get rubbed again. I don't know why that is happening. It's frustrating when I try to like go into practice mode to show you guys these plays and then dumb shit happens. But anyways, that was on Richard Sherman. He just gets wide open. Like I said, if you've run this play last year, it's run the exact same way this year. Trying to get an example where I can fit that circle route through zones. Yet they keep coming out in goal line defense, which is awesome. That was Cam Chancellor who gets torched yet again. So you can see that corner route is just pretty nasty. Fit X up the seams if you can. That was a bad read. I was just trying to show you it. And again, you'll be able to fit that circle route through zones like so. Alright, and the last play out of gun split close is going to be fullback trail. Again, very easy concept that I'm sure a lot of people have run before. That's the play. Basically, we're going to look for circle up the seams, and then we're going to check down, or we're going to look for square up the seams, then we're going to check down to circle or the trail route. Circle's going to be open every time against man coverage, so we just hit that for a quick gain. The trail route this year is actually really ineffective against man coverage, so really only look for that for zone. But like I said, that drag route is so quick against man coverage that you won't really need another read unless you're running this play like 5 times and they start using it. But again, it's just a simple trail concept. I'm sure you guys have seen this before. Just wanted to point out that it's in there. So we're going to move on to gun doubles. There's only one play out of gun doubles I want to mention, but it is a very good one. That play is wide receiver drag. That's the X play there. And the adjustments we're going to make for this one is we're going to put the tight end on a slant. And then what we're going to do, which is actually really fancy, is we're going to motion the running back outright. So as you can see, that kind of messes with his wheel route. And this creates a situation where we can hit a quick 8 yards against zone coverage. Against man, you're going to be reading obviously the slant and the drag, but also that post route with triangle gets open against man a lot. So here's man coverage. You can just hit the slant. Again, we're missing throws. Goal line defense, I'm just going to throw real quick. Against most cover 3 looks, you're going to be able to hit that running back immediately. I did not mean to snap it that quick. You're going to be able to hit that running back route immediately for like 8 yards. Stop running goal line. So we'll try to get an example of that here. Again, the only adjustment is put X on a slant, the tight end. Here's an example where we threw the ball a little quick there, but you can see how the zones react to that wheel route, as in they don't react. So if I would have just waited for an upcut real quick, and then you're going to want to pass lead that up and outside. Usually he catches the ball right about here and then goes out of bounds. They just don't react to that wheel route going out there for some reason. So that's just a nice way to hit a quick 8 yards to the outside. Here's another example. Again, we threw it too early, but you can see how the zones just don't care about him. So I like that play a lot. Now we're going to go into gun wide trips halfback weak. And we got 3 plays out of this one. The first one is wide corner. This one is just a very quick read. I don't recommend running this very often, but if they're leaving the left side of the field open or they are dropping back really far, this is a nice play to kind of dice in. So basically you're just going to read square and triangle. If square is open, you're going to pass lead that inside and click on when he cuts up field. Otherwise, you're going to dump it off to the running back when he cuts up field. And if both of those are covered, then you're going to look for X against man and then the under routes. So as you can see, we throw out when he cuts up field, just get our 4 yards. Pretty standard stuff. Again, that running back route's pretty nasty, so we just throw it right as he cuts up field. Here we have square, so we just pass lead inside, user, and make the catch, or don't make the catch in that case. Engage 8 yet again. So one more example here. Again, we just hit the running back for easy yards. So that's just a quick read you can make with that play. Like I said, I'm sorry I'm moving so fast, but there's so many plays in this. The next one out of Y Trips Halfback Week is going to be slot under. This play is pretty cool because that curl route actually turns the wrong way. So that allows you to hit that against man coverage every time, as opposed to standard curls, which don't really work anymore. So basically, if it's man, you're just going to pass lead up on that curl as soon as he's about to break. He'll make the catch every time. Against zone, you're just going to check down to that R1 route. It's a very similar route to PA post out of Gun Bunch Week, if you know that play. And we throw a pick. So that doesn't happen very often either. Here's zone, and he gets rubbed for no reason. They do not do that in a game. I don't know why that's happening. Again, we're just checking down to R1. Again, this is just a play you want to dice in sometimes. Here we have the seam. Just because I saw it, I'm going to hit it. Sometimes that'll happen if they run cover 2. Not often, though. Man coverage again. We just pass lead up on that curl, and he doesn't make the play. Anyway, I'm sure you guys get the point. Not sure why it's doing that. God damn it. Anyway, moving on. One more play out of this formation that I want to show you guys, which is kind of cool. Doesn't work that often, but if they're leaving the left side of the line open, it's a nice play to mix in, and if you get it against the right defense, you can bust it for like a 30-yard gain. That play is shovel option. If you've never ran a shovel option before, basically you hit LB to pitch the running back or RB to do a shovel pass to the tight end in front of you. This play is most effective when you're able to pitch the running back outside like this. So as you can see, they left the left side of the line exposed, so we hit them with the shovel option. This should be another good example of this. They actually reacted to everything though. So like I said, this play doesn't work all the time. But if you can get a pitch out to that running back, you can just see the open field we get. This is one of those plays you want to run if you're looking for a big play. Just a very cool play that I didn't expect to be in the Colts Playbook. So good stuff there. Next is Gun Bunch Tight End, which is the awesome formation that is exclusive to the Colts Playbook. First play we're going to do is Indie Bunch. This play is really cool because there's a 3 receiver level scheme going across the field. So all we're going to do is put X on a fade, and really the only purpose for this is to clear out the zones on the right side. So basically, if the zones drop back, you're hitting square. If the zones drop back a lot, you're hitting triangle, and if the zones come up, you're hitting circle behind them. So that was a bad read. Basically, you're going to want to look for triangle most of the time. As you can see, easy 5 yards coming across the field. That drag route is more of just a clear out, but it is open against man, which is why we keep it in there. Triangle also gets open against man, but it takes longer. So we just have a nice quick read. Like you see, this is man, and he just gets 10 years of separation. Apparently distance is measured in years. Here's zone again. We just hit triangle. I don't know what play they were running, but it was pretty terrible. Let's see if I can get an example where we hit circle behind the defense. Nope, we're just gonna hit triangle. But that, the way those routes develop, triangle is gonna be open a lot. This is like my go-to play for getting 8 yards. Kind of all these plays are too, but you can see me hitting the in route as well there. Sometimes you can quick pass that tight end fade as well. Next play out of here is X spot. Again, this is the same as Z spot as I broke down earlier. Just a super sharp corner route that creates a sweet smash concept on the left. So you're either gonna pick the left or right. If you want to run the smash concept to the left, obviously it's the corner route against man, the flat route against zones that drop back, and the corner route against zones that come forward. Otherwise, we're going to audible the running back to a streak, and then we're actually going to try to user catch this tight end like so, right as he breaks out if it's open. If it's not open, we are going to try and hit the running back out of the backfield. But against man coverage, you can actually pass lead that tight end out, and he'll just burn him completely. Just make sure you throw it right as he's about to cut. Like I threw it a little early there. The correct read was also probably to hit the running back on that one like this. Although that linebacker made an insane play. So here they drop back, so we just try to hit the running back and get a bad throw again. But now let's try to go to the left side here. This is man, so we just hit the super sharp corner route. Here everything's open. And we'll try to get an example where we can hit that corner out behind zones. Here we just check down to the flag because they backed off. Again, just running a smash concept to the left side of the field. Again, they backed off. We hit the flat, take our yards. We'll take 9 yards every time. Next play I want to show is PA all cross. This is a play that is very similar to plays that were effective last year. We're going to run it like people ran verticals out of pistol bunch tight end. So basically we're going to put X on a drag and R1 on a swing left. So we can check down to that, but our main reads are the crossers across the right side of the field. If we could throw the ball in time, that'd be awesome. We can also check down to that drag route against zones, like so. I'm sure you guys know how to run this play. It was all over Madden 15. There we get man, and we just can't make the throw at any point in this play for some reason. Here's man coverage again. So you see everything's open. Mostly that circle route is open. So, like I said, I'm sure you guys know how to run that play. Next play is going to be tight end corner. I like this play a lot as well because, again, we have a corner route that gets behind zones, basically open against every defense. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put circle on a drag, and we're going to, depending on what you want, you can put triangle on a streak, or you can put them on a hitch. And that block and release route with the running back actually comes out almost immediately. He never blocks anybody. So that creates another smash concept on the right side, and that tight end route is very good at getting behind zones. Your read against zone is obviously the smash concept, and then the circle drag, and then the post over the middle if they come up. And against man, you're just looking at the corner route and the post route. We're actually going to motion snap Johnson to the left, let him run a little bit, and then snap it so he gets a deeper drag route. I was really trying to show you that drag route there, but I'm sure you could see that the post and the corner were both open because that was man coverage. So that's going to be our basic design for this play. Again, man coverage, corner route's open, post is open. It's definitely not Sunday because this post office is open. I apologize for that joke. If they would ever not run goal line, I could show you the other cool aspects of this play. Like here's zone, so we're just fitting it in through the zones. Even when it doesn't look like it's open, it's probably open, which is not good advice for someone who's new to Madden. But in this case, it works. Here we just have the post wide open. I'm sure you guys get the point, but I want to stop saying I'm sure you guys get the point and also show you one more example, which was not a very good one. But anyways, moving on. So the last play in this formation is inside switch. I like this play a lot as well. It has a super deep slant route, which historically has been very good against everything in Madden. So you can see it's basically a mix between a slant and a post. All we're going to do is put circle on a streak. Again, this is for clear out purposes. Again, we have a smash concept on the right side of the field. I'm sure you guys are seeing a trend. So against man, we're going to look for the corner route and the post route yet again. Against zone, we're either going to hit the spot route or the slant route based on where the defense goes. That was pretty insane. Doesn't happen too often. Here's man again. We'll just hit the post. That post is going to be super open against man coverage basically every time. Here's man yet again. That was cover one, so we should have waited. This play is most effective against zone, which they are refusing to run, which is pretty cool. Here's zone. So we're just going to hit that spot route because it was open. If they come up on the spot route, you're just going to pass lead up on that slant route. God, they are killing me with these play calls, dude. But you can see the levels we create with the spot route and the slant route. That slant route's going to be open a lot against defenses that people run online, because a lot of people like to use the middle linebacker and they won't see that slant route coming from the outside. So yeah, but we just cannot get a throw off against four-man rush, so we're going to move on. We're going to move on to gun bunch weak. This formation's alright. Other gun bunch weak playbooks are better, but a couple plays here. Again, Z spot, same thing, except in this one we're going to have to put circle on a hitch just so the receivers don't rub. That was a real problem when I was labbing this play. But again, that super sharp corner route, and it just gets behind all the zones. They backed off there, so we hit the flat route for easy yards. Again, we're going to hit this corner through the zones or get picked off. You generally want to pass lead that up. Again, just doing a smash concept to the outside. This play is really effective though, like I said, because of how sharp that corner route is. You're going to be able to hit that a lot. So just make your reads on the outside. Next play in this formation I want to break down is bunch trail. Again, a trail concept that I'm sure you guys have seen before, but I really like this one because of the post route to the left. You're going to be able to hit that against man coverage very easily. The only adjustment I make here is putting circle on a drag, because the stock route that he's on, he'll sometimes stop on his drag. It's like an option route sort of look. So we're just going to run this like a trail route concept. So again, we're hitting the drag or the trail against zone, and against man we are hitting the post route or the drag route, which will also be open. Here's man. I want to show you this post. Just super wide open. Just throw it right as he's about to cut, and he'll totally burn that cornerback. Like I said, this is one of my favorite bunch trail plays because that post route just burns man coverage so hard. It gives you 2 reads against man instead of 1. Here's zone, so we're just going to hit the trail route going up the field. Take our 5 yards. Now, the next play I want to show out of this is pretty cool. Would not run this very often, but it is a nice change up, kind of something you don't see very often. The play is 518 hook, and we're actually going to try to recreate C routes that were pretty prevalent in Madden 11, Madden 12. So all we're going to do is put R1 to the tight end on a streak, again just for clear out purposes. And we're actually going to motion the outside receiver almost all the way out, but snap it while he's still in motion, and then we're going to wait for him to cut inside and do a pass lead inside, and just try to do a quick catch for about 5 yards. This burns man coverage pretty hard. That was one of the worst throws I've ever seen. But there are good examples of this working very well. Just don't have the mojo right now. So again, we're going to run this till we can show you, like that's man coverage. I didn't mean to lob it, but I just want you to see what happens to Richard Sherman when you get man coverage on this concept. Just watch where he goes. So if we were able to bullet pass it right here, we're getting an easy 10 yards. He just torches man coverage right there. And against most zones, he's going to be open as well. We're just getting like bad throws and no catches and all that jazz. So again, man coverage. We aren't able to make the play, but you can see we burn Richard Sherman yet again. This looks like zone. And we just hit it super quick. So like I said, not a play you want to run often, but it is pretty cool. Something you want to mix in, as most of these plays are. Hit the wrong button there, sorry. Next play is corner strike. This is again a very simple concept, but I just wanted to highlight this because this works extremely well. Those long corner routes actually work really well against man and zone this year. So many freaking overthrows in this video, dude. It's kind of insane. As you can see, that was zone. We just hit the corner out behind the zones. You guys have seen this a couple times. Sorry if it seems repetitive, but this is the stuff that works this year, so I'm going to show it a lot. That was man coverage. You can see he just gets torched, and we have the same thing going on the right side. Again, you get another sharp corner route with a flat route in front of it. The last play I want to show out of this is HP counter. The only reason I'm showing this is because this seems to be one of the only HP counters in the game that actually works really well. Additionally, there's HP base in this formation, which I'll show real quick, but I'm sure you guys know this play. HP base works really well yet again this year. So at a gun bunch week, that may be a good opportunity to run it a lot. With all three of those blocking receivers to the outside. But I'll go back and show you the HP counter real quick. For some reason, this specific HP counter gets better blocking than most of the other ones in the game. So it's just something to keep in mind if they're leaving the left side of the formation open. As you can see, if we didn't have Frank Gore back there, we could have busted that outside for about 6 or 7 yards. Against a look like that, you probably want to audible out. If they're leaving the left side exposed like they are here, it's a very good play. Like I said, not sure why, but the blocking is just way better on that HP counter than a lot of other ones. So just something to show you guys. Now we're going to move on to gun snugs flip. A lot of good stuff out of this formation as well. We're going to start with the Warhawk bench concept, which I showed in last year's ebook as well. So basically you just want to call bench. The corner routes aren't as good on this one, so I actually prefer bench swap. And basically you're just gonna hot route a flat route to the left with that corner route. Then you're gonna want to put X on a slant and circle on a curl. And then again, we're just having a smash concept. If they come up, you hit the corner. If they drop back, you hit the flat. Again, we're running bench swap because I picked the run play, sorry. Against man, we're hitting the corner route. You can just see him just gets open so much. Also with bench swap, another way to run this play, you can see how quick it is. And with that darting flat route with the running back, you can put X on a streak, and then you can run this play like PA end around. You'll be able to get outside pretty quickly. Basically, you're just going to roll right and hit the flat route or the corner route. Call the wrong play there. We were running regular bench that time. So again, we're in bench swap. X on a streak, and then we just get engage 8 again. um, you're just going to roll right, run that like PA end around. Pretty standard stuff there. We were trying to hit circle, but we got hammered. Again, with these plays, I'm just trying to show you stuff. Try to make this a complete playbook. None of these plays you're going to be able to run all the time. It's kind of just mixing in all these money plays to make a really good scheme. Next play out of this formation is Aggie. I like this play a lot. Yet again, we have a smash concept on the right, but we have an even sharper corner route that time, which might be the best corner route in the game. You can just see how insane that corner route is. Additionally, you can quick throw that kind of curl route with X. If you wait just a little bit, he'll actually stop right as you're throwing, like that. And I'm not sure why that's getting picked off now, but obviously against that coverage we would just hit the corner route because it is man. This is also a play you can flip very quickly and get the same results. We're going to hit Andre Johnson here. Actually, they gave up the flat, so we just pass lead that up, take our 5 yards. We'll flip it again here. We'll try to hit that quick little hitch. You can see there it was open. Just basically throw it right as he cuts up, and he'll stop and catch it for an easy 8 yards. Next play is wide receiver corners. This one is a little funky. I don't run it too often, but we get some weird kind of opposite field spot routes there. What a terrible throw. But again, we're looking for the corner routes against man and these little spot routes against both, honestly. Against man, if you time it right and you hit that corner route, the defender will actually just run right by you like we saw right there. Get a free touchdown. Here's man again, so we just hit the little spot route super quick. This play actually absolutely torches man coverage. Yet another good play that involves a corner route. But I really like those spot routes. They're super quick, and even if you get tackled right as you make the catch, you're still getting 6 or 7 yards. And even that looked pretty covered, and we were able to hit the ball in his hands. Gotta move on, but I really do like that play. Here's zone, we can just fit it in, etc. So 2 more in this formation. The next play I like a lot as well. It's called Mesh Switch. Is the X play there. So basically, again, we have that sharp corner route against man coverage, but circle and square will both be super open against man, so we're not too worried about it. Otherwise, we're reading the seam with X and checking down to circle against zone. That square route is going to be open against basically every zone, like there. Even if they're standing right in front of it, if you just pass lead, he's going to run right past them. Nice part about this play as well is we run it stock. There's no hot routes or anything, so you can just quick snap it if you want to. Goal line defense is awesome. So we'll try to show that circle route and that square route a couple more times. Like circle against man just gets so insanely open. We obviously have that corner route, but I'm sure I've shown you guys enough corner routes for this video already. Here's zone, so we just hit square. And usually he's going to make that catch. Here we hit circle, just make your reads. 2 crossing routes going against each other is really hard to use her as well on defense. And then the last one I want to show is called Corner and Goes. This is also a play I like to flip often. Basically, the bread and butter of this play is that route that X is on. You're just going to wait for that to cut inside against man and zone. You can also flip the play and get it with the other slot receiver. Basically, you're just going to wait for him to cut inside against zone. I'm not really sure why he came flying up on that. Usually they sit back. Here's man. We just get sacked. Running backs blocking in shotgun are so terrible this year. I don't know why. But that, again, is just a nice, easy check down. Really good route that he runs against zone. And we get a terrible throw. But you guys get the point. You basically run it like a Y trail play. Just wait for him to cut against zone. Pass lead that up. Hit him through the zones. So that's it for gun snugs flip. Next is gun Y trips open, which I like a lot because there's a nice little running scheme out of it. There's a play which I think is exclusive to the Colts Playbook. I haven't seen it elsewhere yet. It's called 5-6 trap. It's exactly the same as 0-1 trap, but if you guys don't know about football, 0-1 trap, the 0-1 means, so basically there's gaps in the offensive line, and the lower the number, the closer to the center of the offensive line. So the number 0 represents the center. So 0-1 trap means a trap play between the center and guard. So 5-6 trap means a trap play that's designed to go between the tight end and the slot receiver. So it's basically an outside 0-1 trap, which is pretty cool. Not as effective online as I thought it'd be, but it is pretty good run. Inside zone is also your run audible, so you can come out in 5-6 trap and audible to inside zone and just get a nice little running scheme here. We'll try to show you 5-6 trap real quick. This should be a good play for it. So again, Frank Gore is so slow, but you can see they actually let the widest defender on the offensive line go, because the pulling guard is designed to pick him up, and then we have more blocking downfield. That's the basic concept of a trap play. Here they just have no run D whatsoever, but a pretty cool play there. I like running this a lot, unless they overload the right side like that. Obviously I would never run this against goal line defense, but it's practice mode. I'm trying to get through this. So that's 5-6 trap. Obviously, like I said, inside zone is your run audible. So if the middle of the field's open, just take that. A couple pass plays I want to show in this one. The first one is fork. This play is disgusting. Pretty glitchy. It is the X play right there. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to motion snap that corner out. And if the flat zone that's supposed to be over there stays with the motioned receiver, we're just going to pass lead up on the tight end and get 10 to 15 yards on the outside. Otherwise, we're going to wait and we're going to hit that corner route against man or through zones. It works a lot like wide receiver corner like I showed earlier. Or we'll hit the post against cover 2. So here we just have the corner route open against zone. I'll try to get an example where we hit that tight end on the outside. This is engage 8 yet again. Very frustrating. We also did have that tight end route on the first example. Here's man, so we just wait for the corner route, pass lead that outside. The fact that we're motion snapping him means he can't get bumped at all, ever, which is pretty nice. Like here's an example where the flat zone came into the corner route, so we just want to hit the tight end running past him. Here's man again, so we just hit the corner route. It's a very like upfield corner route too, which helps you hit it through a lot of zones, which is nice. Here we have the flat zone coming in, so we just pass lead up on the tight end and get huge yards. One more example here. I just really like this play a lot. Man yet again, hit the corner route. Burn 'em, son. Alright, next play I want to show very quickly. The entire purpose of this play is to get your opponent's user out of the middle of the field and then just hit a drag route. The play is verticals x shallow. As you can see, this is just verticals with a drag route. We're never trying to hit any of the verticals routes on this. When I run this, my entire intention is to clear out everyone and hit the drag. for like 4 to 5 yards. That's all I care about. I'll run this on like 3rd and 10. Um, why does he keep missing so many throws? It's unbelievable. But like I said, my entire intention with this is to clear everything out and hit the drag. If you get someone that has seen this play a lot, which is basically everyone that plays Madden these days, look at these throws, dude. They're going to take their user and just run with the tight end up the middle, so then you can just hit the drag route. Apparently never. But you guys get the concept there. The last pass play in this one is PA switch shot. This one is pretty glitchy as well. It actually looks the same as our fork play, which is nice. So you can see that square route's super weird. Our adjustments, we're going to put X on a drag, R1 on a slant, and the running back on a streak. So that's what it looks like. Your reads, right when you snap the ball, you're going to see if you can fit in a bullet pass to square, kind of running just straight through the middle of the field. Otherwise, you're going to check down to the slant or the drag or the streak. And we're going to motion snap this R1 again, which makes him unbumpable against man coverage. And then we're just going to make our reads. I'll try to get an example where we can hit that square route. It only happens against certain coverages. Like that time it's not open, so we're just going to hit the drag, take our yards. But sometimes if there's no zones over there, they come up immediately for some reason. You can just hit it. Like I tried to force it there. But you can see we're just pass leading that inside if it's open. Trying to click on and make an easy 15-yard catch. Again, with this motion, it makes our slant unbumpable. So we can just hit that as well. One more try at the square out. Otherwise, we gotta move on. This video is already too long. Yeah, we tried to force it there. So only throw that if it's genuinely open. Just a couple more shotgun plays here. They're very generic. Gun tray open. I really like HB angle. Again, we have a strong halfback angle route, and that post route is going to be open against man coverage every time. But against zone, we can just hit that, take our yards. I really like angle routes, as you'll see when we get into Singleback and stuff. That's going to be open against zone basically every time for cheap yards. Basically like an extended running play. Very West Coasty. Trying to get an example where they run man so I can show you the post route, even though I showed you before. There it is, wide open. Good stuff there. Additionally, there's a Y corner play out of this. I already showed you Y corner out of a different formation, so I'm not going to go into it. But just to show you it's there, it's the triangle play right there. 4 verticals is in this as well. You can also flip the PA read, but I don't really like that one too much. Not as many options rolling to the right with that one. So gun empty tray, the only play I'm going to show is Colts unders. We're just going to put triangle on a streak. That streak's going to be open against cover 3 every time. Otherwise, we're reading the under routes against zone and the X route against man. Not a play you want to run when they're running like a cover 0 man blitz. But here's man, so we're just going to hit that post. Again with the overthrows. Nice little engage 8 again. This computer defense is solid. There we have the circle under route. Not sure what they were running again, some type of zone blitz. But again, you're just hitting that X route against man. Otherwise, you're checking down to the under routes. Or you're hitting the streak up the field against cover 3. Man coverage yet again. You guys get the point. And then the last couple plays I want to show out of shotgun are in gun empty tray flex. High-low read is a really good play that I like to run. It's got a very weird curl route. It is the X play there. Additionally, that post route that R1 is on is going to get open against man every single time. So basically, we're just creating a levels concept against zone where we can hit the curl for easy yards, and against man we're going to hit that post across the field, or we're going to check down to the in route against either coverage type like we did there. We'll run this play one more time here. Here we get man, so you can see we just hit that inside post. Very easy stuff. Looks a lot like the route from verticals looked last year. And my left tackle didn't feel like blocking. Also in this formation I want to show you is actually QB draw. QB draw actually works pretty well this year, which is surprising because it's basically been terrible since they put it in the game. But out of this formation they don't react right away. So if you need, like if they spread the line and you need a couple yards, QB draw actually can work. So yeah, just wanted to show you that it's there, and it's not complete ass like it has been in years past. So if you just need an easy 5 yards out of a 5 wide, or you want to pull a Tebow and try to run it in from the 2-yard line out of 5 wide, that's a play you can go to. So that's actually it for shotgun. That was a lot of freaking plays. I'm going to take a drink of water real quick. So now we get into the more tricky stuff here. A lot of single back, which I like. If you've made it this far in the video, I appreciate it a lot. But we're just going to go right into it. So the first play, Singleback Ace. It's called skinny posts. This was a pretty popular play last year. Actually, for a couple years. We're just going to put the tight ends on streaks, and then those post routes are basically going to be open against man and zone. So we're just going to pass lead them inside and fit it through. The streaks are just there for clear out purposes. Basically, you want to create a window where you can fit the pass into the skinny posts, and the streaks help do that. Against man, you can see the post just burns him. We get a bad throw, and the craziest pick I've ever seen. If that happened to me in a game, I'd probably freak out. There, we can hit the other post through the zones as well. So that's a play I like to run a lot, because it's not a core part of your scheme, and it's a pretty easy way to get like almost 20 yards for nothing. So if you get sacked on first down, then you end up with like a 2nd and long. I'll typically go to this play and just hit an easy post route, get those yards right back. So you guys can see just how good those post routes are. They just fit through everything, and they're open against man, which is awesome. So next we got Singleback Ace Close, and we are going to do tight slots, tight end angle. Pretty good play here. The angle route is complete ass against man coverage, so keep that in mind. But we're just going to put the running back on a swing left and create a flood concept. We're going to hit the drag against zone because it's going to be open most of the time. We're also going to be looking for that tight end up the seam. The drag route on this play is just super fast, which is nice. Gets open against basically everything. That's your main read against man coverage. I'm trying to get more zone examples here. Here's zone. We forgot to do the running back swing left. And our trail route got rubbed, but you can see he was going to be open there. Bad read on my part. Be careful when you're trying to fit that seam in. Sometimes the linebackers will slide. Here we have the trail route. I'm sure you guys have run Y trail plays before, but this is just something I wanted to show you that was there. Very dynamic, especially with how fast that drag route is. Just going to be open all the time. Good stuff there. Out of this formation, we also have tight slot stick. For some reason, every pass play in this formation starts with tight slots. They're really trying to advertise their brand, I guess. The cool part of about this play is you can smart route those stick routes, which is what I like to do. So I just like to pick a side, So we're going to do the left here. Smart route the stick route. Put the opposite tight end on a slant and the opposite receiver on a streak. And basically against man coverage, you can hit that stick route, that 10-yard stick route every time, or you can go to the slant route like that. Very nasty stuff. You see how quick he stops. Here's man. We try to hit the tight end. Freaking goal line defense. So again, we're smart routing that stick route, which is the core concept of this play. And you can fit it in through just about anything. Just pass lead up and throw a bullet pass right as he's about to stop. Like even that's basically covered, and if he would have stopped like he did on the previous plays, we would have had that one as well. Here's man coverage, so we just hit it. Easiest 10 yards of my life. We'll run it to the right here one time just to show you that we can. Man coverage. Not sure what happened, but you can see we had the slant as well, which we can hit against zone additionally. Just easy yards. Last play I want to go into in this formation is tight slots PA counter. We're actually going to flip this play. It's basically going to be yet another rollout play action play. All we're going to do is put RB on or R1 on a swing left, and then we're just going to roll out immediately. Hit our receivers that are open. Madden is stupid, so even if you don't have leverage as far as your quarterback's weight or anything, you can still hit it immediately. He misses that throw but hit the previous one. That is Madden for you, but basically everything's going to be open. That corner route's going to torch man just like all the other scenarios. I'll show you the play art here just to break it down. That triangle route's going to be open against man and zone, and the post route's going to be open against man and zone. So basically we're just rolling out and hitting what's open, just like PA end around. We had the corner route and the triangle route there. Here we just have X for no reason. He's actually a block and release route, but he almost never blocks, which kind of helps us. Here we have triangle. Bad throw there. That won't happen in a game. One more time here. Again, we're just running this like PA end around, taking our easy yardage. I really like that one on like second and short, because even if it doesn't work out, you know, what have you lost? You get sacked for like 1 yard. In worst case scenario. So next we have Singleback Ace pair, which is a formation I didn't expect to get a lot out of, but I actually did. So I want to highlight inside zone, the running play here, just because of the way they're bunched up on the right side. This actually turns out to a pretty decent run play. Don't try to bounce it outside if you can't, like I just tried to do. And now they're block shedding like crazy, of course, right when I try to show you this play. But generally, you're just going to be able to bust up in there. And again, if I had someone faster than Frank Gore, this play would be a lot better, and if they'd quit running goal line defense. But just trust me on this one. This run play is very effective at getting solid yards straight up the gut. And it also looks exactly the same as two other pass plays we're going to run with that receiver preset inside, which is pretty nice. So the first pass play we're going to show is PA sail shot. We're just going to hot route the tight end on a flat route. And hold on one sec. We're just going to leave the running back as is. Again, we have a smash concept on the right. Actually, we're not going to leave the running back as is. I forgot that's a play action play, so just block the running back. So we have a smash concept on the, press the wrong button there, on the right yet again. So again, corner route and post route against man coverage. Otherwise, make your reads to the right side of the field. Hit the corner route behind zones. Hit the flat route on zones that come up. Feels like I said it 1,000 times in this video already. We're just getting horrible examples for this. Flats open there, just pass lead that up. Take 14 yards. Super easy. Next pass play out of this is PA cross shot. I like this play a lot as well. We're gonna block the running back, put the inside tight end on a streak, and the outside or the middle tight end on a slant. So it looks like that. That circle route is straight fire. If we don't get an overthrow, he's open against man and zone every single time. Forgot to block the running back. You can see we had the slant and the circle route there. So this is man, or zone, actually. They fooled me, but we're still able to just hit that circle route. This is a route that's pretty similar to like a crossing route from last year. Just gonna be open against everything. There's man coverage, they even man swap, and we still get 20 yards. Again, just a nice, easy way to get a lot of yardage for no reason. Pass lead that up through the zones. Easy stuff, good stuff. Last one I want to show is PAY corner. Not sure. Oh, there it is. So I like this one a lot. Again, we have a PA end around concept, so we're just going to block the running back. And this motion actually causes this flat route to go super deep. And then we can just roll out like PA end around, hit the corner or the flat, whichever's open. Additionally, that post will be open against man coverage. So like there, that was Cam Chancellor's nowhere to be found on that shit. So yet another look. Nice little rollout pass here. Corner routes wide open. Easy touchdown. I like this play a lot. Like I said, the stock motion actually causes your flat route to run deeper, so it actually ends up being like PA end around. And for some reason, the flat zones react a lot harder to that one than other ones. Make sure you block the running back so you don't have to deal with play action. One more time here. Man coverage yet again. Try to hit the post route. We were trying to stop and throw, but you can see that post route was open as well. Moving on. Singleback pair tight twins. Another funky formation that I like a lot. The first play is going to be called flanker spot. I'm rhyming now. We're basically just going to run this stock. We're going to look for R1 up the seams and the spot route against zone, and then against man we're just going to hit that sharp circle route. I am incapable of making a read today, I guess. Against man we're just hitting that sharp corner route, as you've seen from many plays in this playbook so far. The nice thing about corner routes is they, like, even if you run them 1,000 times, they're pretty hard to adjust to, because they generally work off of like concepts. So if the zones drop back here, you're going to be able to hit one of those spot routes, and against man we're just hitting that corner route. Pretty standard stuff. Next play is smash drive. I like to run this immediately if I see that someone is running press man coverage, because this play is so good against that. What we're going to do is we're going to motion snap to the inside, Andre Johnson here, and then we're just going to throw it immediately against man coverage, and we just get a crazy amount of yards. This is one of my favorite plays in the playbook, especially against people who think they can get away with just running press man. You can see what happens to the cornerback here. With the motion, the receiver stops, he comes up, and then the receiver runs right by him. And we actually get a block from the slot receiver as well. If you end up getting zone with that, also I forgot to say, put R1 on a drag. If you end up getting zone with this play, hit the smash route if it's open. If not, just check down to R1 or the corner route. It's a deeper corner route, so you won't be able to fit it in through zones as well. But again, this is the main play I like to run if they're running press man coverage. Here's man again. We weren't able to get by him that time, but we still got an easy 7 yards. I just love this play. That won't happen very often. I'm not sure why that just did that. Like I said, man coverage. Just hit that super quick. Otherwise, check down to the drag. Just easy reads there. Next play I want to show out of this is 4 verticals. I actually love 4 verticals out of this formation as well, because as you can see, we get 2 of those funky vertical routes. The square out on this play turns out to be pretty insane. So we're just going to put the outside tight end on a slant. This is just for man coverage purposes. Let me just break this down for you real quick. Hopefully you can read coverages pretty well. Against cover 2, we are going to hit square with a pass lead up. Against cover 3, we're going to hit the seams, either X or circle. Against cover 4, we're going to hit the curl route, which I forgot to mention. Sorry. We're going to put triangle on a curl. So against cover 4, we're just going to hit check down to the curl route, and against man, we're going to hit the slant. So this is cover 4. I'm not entirely sure why that. Usually in cover 4 looks, that one linebacker who's supposed to be in the middle runs upfield. That was cover 3, so we hit the seams, like I said. Look at that running back, dude. That was so dumb. I was waiting for him to get out there so we could check down. Whatever. Man coverage. Oh, this play is not happening like it was earlier. We'll get out of that goal line defense real quick. So here's a cover 2 look. Now you can see we can just hit that square route straight up the field. That's one of my favorite things to see, is fitting that square out in against cover 2. It just looks nice and you get easy 25 yards. Cover 4 again. My receivers are rubbing so much compared to what they were doing earlier. It's pretty obnoxious. Again, we're just fitting the square out up. That's your main read on this play. You can also try to hit him quickly if the outside is open. Press the wrong button there. I was trying to hit the slant. Anyway, I like that play. It works a lot better online than I just showed you, but like I said, this video is so long, I'm doing it in one take. I'm not going to get perfect examples for every play. The next play is PA Power O. I love this play as well. We're just going to block the running back. We're going to look for square, fit it in right away against zone. Otherwise, we're going to wait for the circle route to cut in. And against man, that circle route is going to be open every time. You can see square was open as well. We're just pass leading that inside against Richard Sherman and getting insane separation. That was even against bump man. Here's bump man again. Just hitting the circle route. Try to get an example where it's man and they don't bump, because then the circle route gets even better because it takes longer to develop, like here. And you can just see him torch Richard Sherman like he is Raheem Moore. I just want you to see the separation you get with this circle route on this play. Again, that is Richard Sherman. Just an easy 5 yards of separation against man coverage. And against zone, we are looking to hit square right away. Forgot to hot route the running back to block. Against zone, we just hit the square route super quick. Easy 5 yards. Last play in this formation I want to break down is PAY drag wheel. This play is super good as well because of the way this wheel route looks. I've been waiting for this to happen for a couple of years with this route, but actually this year when he makes his first cut to the left, he's actually going to be open against man and zone every time, so you don't even have to like wait for him to cut up field. And then additionally you have the standard crossing routes that were good last year and are still good this year. So here against zone, you just hit the tight end immediately. Against man and zone, we're going to be looking for that straight off the bat. If it's usered, we're going to be looking for the crossing routes behind it, like so. That is a very Madden 15-y concept. Still works pretty well. And that circle route, I don't know what just happened. I actually want to watch this. Sorry for wasting you guys' time, but yeah, that is not how that route's supposed to be run. Okay, well, X and circle were open there, but we get sacked in 2 seconds. Here we hit X again, but we get an overthrow. So, yeah, we're going to move on because we have to, like I said. But, good stuff there. Next we're going to go to Singleback Bunch Ace. Going to get a lot of flack for this, but the first play I'm going to show you is PA end around. It actually works exactly the same as last year. You just can't hot route that circle route, so you can't get the streak. So it is easier to user. But as far as the flat route and the corner route go, it works exactly the same. You're just going to cancel the play action, roll out, and either run with the quarterback, hit the flat route, or hit the corner route behind the zones or against man. So I'm almost positive everyone watching this video knows how to run this play, but I just wanted to show you that it still works the same. You just don't get the streak route, so it's easier to bring a safety down and user. Next out of Singleback Bunch Ace is quick pitch. I want to show this play because toss plays are really good this year. I wouldn't recommend flipping it to the left, and against a look like this it's probably not going to work too well. But if they are running a condensed defensive formation, you'll be able to get outside with 2 blockers, kind of like strong power. On this quick pitch play, the 2 blockers pull very fast, so if you're just able to get outside a little bit, sometimes you can break this for a big gain. Again, I would only recommend doing this if they're running like a condensed defensive formation. Like that time you can see we get all our blocks, and we would have been able to get a lot more yards if we didn't have Frangor. There we get all our blocks again, and if we had like Chris Johnson or something out there, that may have been a 20-yard gain. So just wanted to show you that that one is there. You don't have to flip it either. I just realized I flipped it for some reason. You can run it to the right side as well. I don't know why I did that. 4 verticals is in here. Obviously you guys know how to run that. Just wanted to show you it was there. Tight end angle, yet another trail concept. We're just going to put the wide, whoops. Sorry. We're going to put the wide receivers on streaks, again for clear out purposes, and then we're mostly just looking for this trail route against zone or the drag route against man. We don't really ever look at the streaks. I just like them as a clear out option for this trail route, since this is one of the faster trail routes in the game. Very easy to get a quick 5 to 10 yards against zone. Again, I'm sure you guys know how to do this stuff. Gonna move on. Last play in this formation is called PA fork shot. We're going to put the inside tight end on a flat, who's R1 here, and we're going to block the running back. We're going to look for that left receiver on a quick pass. He's going to be able to fit behind a lot of zones, and we can just hit him with a bullet pass as he's still running inside. Pretty effective too because he's already slotted more inside than he usually is. Otherwise, we're going to look for the post and the corner routes. Like that time, we didn't have the square route, so we just looked to the other side of the field, and something's going to be open on the right side against zone. I can tell you that much. And like that was double coverage. We can just use or catch that corner route. For some reason, the slow corner routes are really effective this year, which sounds like an oxymoron, but we had the square route there. Don't try to click on like I just did with that square route. It's going to screw it up. Just pass lead inside while he's still running inside. And against man, that's going to be there. Again, one of the fastest ways to get 20 yards you could ever ask for. So one more time with this play. We're just pass leading inside. We get a drop, but you see the effectiveness of that route. You gotta take another drink of water here. I'm sorry. We are almost done. Alright. Now we're gonna go single back Y trips tight end slot. And I want to show you Y trail. Now this play is super effective as well. That trail route's gonna get really open against zone. One of the faster trail routes, like I said, and then against man, that R1 route is just so good against man coverage. Going to be open against basically anyone who tries to cover that tight end, which is pretty insane. Just pass lead that inside after he cuts. Otherwise, against zone, we're checking down to the trail route. You can see that was a cornerback that was covering Dwayne Allen there. And just no chance. Overthrow there. Run this play one more time because I'm sure you guys get the point. Here's man again against Earl Thomas. And we threw it a little early there. You're going to want to work on your timing for this play. Still threw it a little early there, but we get away with it because the linebacker was covering him. But you're going to want to wait till just after he cuts, like that. We just totally burned Cam Chancellor. We just couldn't make the catch right there. So that is a really good play. I also like PA slot wheel out of this formation. This is one of those quick reads. One of those plays that has a quick read. You basically only have one read. And again, I like to do this on like second and long if I need to get some yards back. Basically, you're going to leave it stock. You can put R1 on a slant as well if you want to have another option, but really I'm just looking at the square route. You're just going to cancel the play action slowly, and then you're going to want to hit an inside pass lead to square right as soon as he breaks, like that. You can see that was pretty well covered. The ball still hit him in the hands. You may have to practice this as far as when to cancel the play action, but against man and zone, you're going to be able to fit that ball to him, and the play action actually helps pull the defenders up. Again, we're just pass leading inside and clicking on. This is one of the rare occasions where leaving the play action in is very effective. That was bump man, just no chance. We'll run it one more time here to see if we can't get an example against zone. That was engage 8, so technically zone. But, yeah. Here's man again. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Can we get an example against zone, please? And usually the play action's going to keep him down long enough for you to make the throw, but not that time. So, again, no play is 100% effective. I just like that, trying to get yards back on second and long. We'll go on to I-form now. Very quickly out of I-form Pro, the only thing I really like is mid-attack, also known as Texas. I'm sure you guys know how to run that play. Basically, hit the post against man, hit the trail route against zone. Now, if you made it this far in the video, you are in for a treat because I saved my entire running scheme for the latter part of the video, so only people watching it long enough could see. So we have a very unique formation in this playbook called I-form tackle over. And actually, this is arguably the best formation in the game to run out of. I would recommend putting your fastest running back in at running back to start, and then additionally a trucking running back at fullback, because the blocking doesn't really make a difference. So we're going to come out in HB toss. Let me just read off the plays, the run plays that work in this formation. HB toss, power row, HB ISO, and fullback dive strong. With those 4 runs, you can basically run on any defensive look, and HB toss is very, very good, especially when you have a look like this and you can flip it to the left. You're just going to get 2 pulling blockers outside, and you're just going to get easy yards. Toss plays are really, really good this year, guys, especially with all of the blockers. We get 2 pulling blockers, kind of like strong power, out of this look. And your run audible in this formation is power row. So if they come out in a defensive look that's kind of wide, just hit power row. Don't try to bounce that outside because it won't go well for you. But you can just bust in off tackle, like against a look like this. Just bust in off tackle, take your yards. Again, this is just a formation we're using to kill clock in the second half. So many ways to attack the defense, and they won't be making plays like that online, I promise you. Like even a look here with 3 to the left side, we can still run the toss, get easy yards. That HB toss play out of this formation is just so freaking good. Just easy 5 yards. Also, I want to show you the fullback dive. You will have to call it instead of HB toss, but you should generally know before the snap if you think the fullback dive is going to work. But even in a look where they have a lot of people to the inside, no one's going to shed blocks in this play. This could be one of the most insane plays in the game, fullback dive strong, because no one ever block sheds. So it's basically a guaranteed 3 yards, guaranteed. And against a lot of defensive looks, it turns into way more than that, because you hit full acceleration with your running back as soon as he gets the ball. So you can just bust up in there for a ton of yards. As you can see, every time I'm running this, I'm getting at least 5. And against a goal line look, I got 3 still. Again, like I said, no one block sheds on this play, ever. Like here's a look where you would typically never want to run fullback dive. We did get stopped there, but usually you can cut up through that. Just an insane running play. This whole formation is insane as far as runs go. And here am I audible to power row since the off tackle's open. Not sure why that linebacker keeps swooping down, but that won't happen in a game. Here we just have the fullback dive for 7 yards. Just the quickest 7 yards you're ever going to get. The pass plays in this aren't terribly good. I do like PA counter shot. If you're a mutt player like I am, and you like to run a left-handed speed quarterback and a right-handed speed quarterback and then a pocket passer, this formation becomes even better for you. Spider 2 wide banana, you can just run like PA end around, so you're going to want to run that to the right. PA counter shot, you can sub in like Tebow and run it to the left, or you can just flip it. Just put square on a slant going the other way, and then just roll or stop and hit the pass if it's open. Just a lot of options for quarterback rollouts with this formation. This is a very unique formation. Also, make sure you're staying on top of things in a game. Every pass play that we run out of this has a route with the circle route where if they run commit, you should be hitting that right away for a touchdown. As you can see, the route there, if they ran commit, you could just hit them like it's a streak. The route there, it is a streak, so if they run commit, that's an easy touchdown as well. Run committing is something that will happen if someone gets sick of this formation real quick. So keep that in mind, make sure you punish them for it. Additionally, out of this, the one pass play I wanted to show was PA cross. We're going to put the fullback on a swing left and actually leave the play action in, and this play has a lot of reads. So initially we're going to look at the fullback swinging left and see if it's open for a quick gain. If it's not, we're going to start rolling right. Then we're going to be looking for square and circle. So here we have R1 open. Who's the fullback? So we just hit that right away. That's not open too often in a game online. Open again. It's just a nice way to keep your opponent off balance, to like run a play action and then just hit a route that's running to the opposite side of all our other routes. Here we're going to roll out. We got square wide open. We also had circle wide open. Against press man, that circle route is going to torch him so insanely hard. That's something you should be looking for. Again, this ends up being like PA end around by the time we get to the outside. Just an awesome play action play. There you see the power of the circle route. Just torching that man. Didn't get a good throw though. Here we'll run it again. This was press man. Like I said, that circle route just becomes an instant touchdown. But this is just an awesome play action play to mix in with all the runs we'll be doing out of this formation. Yeah, so that's it for I-form tackle over. I wanted to save that one for last deliberately, because if I put it first, then we'd have 10,000 people running I-form tackle over the whole game. Kind of wanted to reward the people who have made it this far in the video. So just a couple more plays here. They're all kind of individually weird, and then that'll be it. So we're gonna go in strong pro. First play I like is double goes, and the reason I like this play is because you can just hit that triangle delay route immediately. He never stays in the block for anyone, so that's an easy way. It's a nice little 2-point play as he stays in the block. Jeez Louise. It's a nice little 2-point play. It's also a nice way to get a cheap 5 yards. If he's not there, the fullback and the X route should be open. Just make your reads. Against man coverage, I like hitting that fullback, but to be honest, I'm not running this play too terribly often. That was just another bad throw. But yeah. Also wanted to show you out of this formation, there's Spider 2 Y Banana. Ran the same play in every formation, or ran the same way in every formation. Kind of looks like PA end around again. Except now we have that square route going across the field like last year, which is something I like to mix in, because throwing across your body to that square route can really hurt someone who's trying to user you rolling out with the quarterback. They are taking such a wide angle on those rushes though. I don't know. Also wanted to show you F angle. Just another standard angle route play. Just put the tight end on a slant and hit that against man, or hit the angle route against zone. You've seen this already in about 5 plays just in this video. So yeah, here's man, hit the slant. Or try to hit the slant. Yeah. Strong type pair actually has a really awesome pass play. This is the only play I like out of it. It's called drive. We're going to motion this fullback all the way out. And this creates yet another wheel route that the defenders don't react to against zone. And we're going to put X on a slant for man coverage. Here's man. I made the wrong read. Against man coverage, that circle route is really fast. So I like to just hit the circle route against man. It's going to be open basically against anybody. Like there. Didn't throw it quick enough. But the main heart of this play is this wheel route on the outside that defenders don't react to in zone coverage. Like there. You can see that Bobby Wagner was supposed to be on a flat route. and he doesn't even react to the wheel route going outside. So we just hit it with a pass lead up, easy 10 yards. This is also a nice play to run, kind of in a tough spot, because motioning the fullback out is really going to throw your opponent off, especially out of a tight pair formation. Basically no one runs that play or runs this formation, so it's very nice to run in a clutch situation where you need to run something that they've never seen before. Yeah. And then in week pro, we have skinny post yet again. It ran the exact same way as it was in Singleback Ace. Just wanted to show you that was there. It's the square play there. So yeah. And then the last formation of the whole video is going to be pistol Y trips. Wanted to show you in this formation there's HP counter. Keep in mind HP counter is complete garbage compared to what it was last year. And there's also strong power, which is still pretty good. So keep in mind, you do have a strong power in this formation. It is in pistol Y trips. And then two pass plays I want to break down. The first one is undergo. We run this one stock. We're just going to look for that seam route against cover 3. Otherwise, we're going to check down to circle against man or zones that come up. Like there was cover 3, and we had it. We just missed the throw. Here's man coverage, so we're going to check down to circle. Throw a pick, because why not? It's not going to work how it's supposed to when I'm trying to make a video about it. So yeah, I don't run that one hardly ever, but it's there. And then the last play in the whole video is going to be PA read. I do like this one a lot. We're going to streak the running back, and we're going to put R1 on a motion slant. So basically we're looking for R1 and X against man coverage, and then the streak and the circle route against zone. We're going to motion snap him like so. I was trying to hit X there. There we have X up the seams. Good stuff there. You can also hit the square route as he cuts in if you want to. That slant route just gets so open against man, but we threw it too early and he got rubbed. A couple more times here. Just check down a circle against zone. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. If you actually made it this far, that is awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, the defensive ebook will be dropping in 2 days, so keep an eye out for that. Please subscribe to my channel if you like this stuff. And I'm gonna go drink a gallon of water because my voice is so hoarse. So thanks again for watching, guys. Take it easy.